We at Global Ed Recruiting Agency, we have some exciting news for you coming up. Very soon, on February 12th, we will be starting a new way of communicating with you with a live discussion forum. So I have my partner here with me, Alvon Forsyth, co-founder of Global Ed Recruiting Agency, and he's going to tell you a bit more about what we really intend to do with that program.
Yeah, thanks, Timon. Yeah, bro. So I'm really excited about this year. We really want to break down the journey of a university student. We even want to say, before you even go on the journey, if that journey is for you, we want to use our experiences and basically just speak about it. Just be frank. We want that to be a forum or just a medium where we could just give the real. One thing about us is that we're always looking for the best situation for anybody that asks us any questions. We are teachers before, we're in this. So we know what it takes to give people the right information that they need. And it's just vibing. That's something we've always been doing for years now. So it's just doing it on camera.
Yeah, and I think, for like those people out there, and we're going to be targeting specifically international students who have a desire to come to the US to get a degree. And I think sometimes, it's like, where do I start? You're not quite sure. Where does the whole decision process start with choosing a university? Or even as you mentioned, like whether or not, kind of figuring out if university is for me in the first place. So our intention is really to educate people about the processes. We are going to go into some technical things. We are going to have some guests. We're going to try to bring representatives from certain universities that can maybe talk to certain topics. And so we're going to look to bring in some guests who have went through this experience themselves. So I think it's one of those mediums where we can really have like genuine conversations. We'll be live on Facebook, on our Facebook page, Global Ed Recruiting Agency. So follow us if you haven't yet. Like our page. Be sure to follow us so that you can see when we go live. And be a part of that live discussion where you can ask your questions and get those questions answered. And Vonnie, if you can just talk about like some of the other topics that we have in mind to really discuss when we start this live discussion forum.
Yeah, well, besides the fact, or besides the topic I was speaking about, if university is for me, what do I need to do to prepare for university? You also want to talk about, obviously, scholarships, funding, everybody wants to talk about that. So we're definitely going to touch that. And we're going to get, the right representatives to give more information on that. We also want to talk about, actually the majors that we want to do. And one of the advantages that we have is that we have experience in different majors. We have friends and colleagues that, are well versed in different fields. So that's another advantage that we have there. And besides the topics too, the guests on network, that's a strength because everybody has different experiences, in university. Everybody has different backgrounds. And not something that I might say it mightn't resonate with everybody. Something that you say, Timon, might resonate with everybody. But one of our friends, one of our colleagues might say something that that's for me here. So we want to make sure that we give as many perspectives as possible. So that's some of these these topics that we want to touch on. And another thing is, as you mentioned, we want to look at the feedback that we're getting and see what people want to know more about too. So we'll also use that, to direct us in how we're going to go forward.
Yeah. And I'm excited about it. I don't know about you. Are you excited? I'm really excited about it.
I mean, even before we started speaking, like recording, we were speaking how much we're looking forward to this, It's just something that's natural. That's something that we always just do on the side, besides speaking about sports. It's about that. So, I really looking forward to it.
Yeah, for sure. And, so if you are in the Caribbean specifically, we are going to be talking to you because we have more of a connection with the Caribbean because we are from the Caribbean. But if you're outside of the Caribbean and you happen to hear the information that we're sharing, it applies to you too. So even if you hear us making references or talking about countries related to where we've been or where we live or all of that stuff, even if you're outside of that scope, you're in an African country, you're in Asia, wherever you are, the information still applies. A lot of the information that we're going to share, it's very transferable to different universities. So even if you're learning something from us that isn't necessarily related to one of the universities that we partner with, at the end of the day, I think it's information that we can transfer to use at any university as international students. So we're going to try to equip you as international students with information that we know would benefit you, and you don't necessarily have to think of, like, oh, well, I'm not from the Caribbean, so this doesn't apply. It does apply once you're an international student wanting to come into the US to get a degree. So it's going to be, it's 6 p.m. Central Time. But if you're in Jamaica, it's going to be 7 p.m. for you. If you're in Grenada, you're in all of those countries that use Eastern Standard Time, it'll be a whole different. So it's like you have to keep up.
Atlantic Standard Time.
Yeah, Atlantic Standard.
And different times of the year.
Yeah. So
we'll do our best to keep you on.
Yeah. So Jamaica. I think Jamaica use Eastern Standard Time, so they're like, an hour behind where I am right now in terms of Central Time. Then Grenada, St. Vincent, St. Lucia, St. Kitts and Nevis, Antigua, all of these countries fall under Atlantic Standard Time, so they're 2 hours. So keep up with the time. Be sure that you catch the show live so that you can ask your questions. But if you don't catch it live, we'll have the recordings for you so you can do that. Bonnie, I think one of the things that we might want to do is just give the people a general overview of what global ed recruiting is really, like generally, like what we do.
Well, global ed recruiting is really a free service, right, for international students that's looking for affordable universities in the United States. Right, and when we say international students, we mean non-US students, right? Because we're all actually international students, but we mean non-US students, right? So we really provide guidance from that, from just actually choosing a university to actually getting on campus, and even after that too, we follow up with everyone that we're involved with, and even universities because we work with a select number of universities, but just actually, interacting with us, just actually watching at our content, whether you're not in school as yet, whether you're in school, you'll be able to get a lot of value, because at the end of the day, it's really just relaying our experiences, the mistakes that we made, the good things that we did, and also the network that we had, and just looking at all the experiences and seeing, that where you can learn from other people's mistakes rather than making the same mistake yourself. So really, it's just a free service for any non-US students looking to go to affordable, and I put affordable in quotations because everything is relative, but schools in the United States where you can start pursuing your tertiary education.
Yeah. So that's what we do. I mean, if you come across our page, follow us, as I said. If you have a question and you kind of want to understand more about what we do, send us a message privately, and we'll try to give you an answer as quickly as possible. But it's important that you follow what we do so that you can keep up with all of the content that we're going to be putting out there.
Most definitely.
So if you're trying to find us on Instagram, we're Global Ed Recruiting. Global Ed Recruiting is on Instagram. That's our Instagram handle. And then if you're looking for our Facebook page, it's Global Ed Recruiting Agency. So as I said, find it, follow us, and we'll provide the discussions that could really help you make that next step in your educational journey if you want to come to the US to start your degree. So reminder, February 12th, Vonnie.
Yep.
February 12th.
2 days before Valentine's.
Yeah, 2 days before Valentine's. So you have no
excuse. You have enough. Yeah, exactly.
You have enough time to do all that you need to do on the 14th. But 2 days before Valentine's, we are going to be hosting our first live discussion forum where you as a prospective international student or even a current international student who's getting ready to make the next step into maybe professional life or something like that, could get information about what are the best steps to take. Just get some of the first-hand experiences from us, because we've lived that, and we're going to be talking to people who have lived that experience, and we're going to be bringing in people who are specialists in this area. So
definitely. And don't forget the parents as well too, you know. The parents come in and listen as well too, you know, because I know that's a lot of things. Sometimes parents are apprehensive about the whole situation, so don't forget them as well too. Yeah. Parents, if you're listening, you are the ones that are ultimately, I won't lie to you, you're the ones that are going to be footing the bill, so you might want to know what's going on, So you are the ones that are going to be paying the bill eventually. They're going to come to you and ask you, Mommy, I can have some more money, Daddy, So, you know what? You might want to join the show too, listen up so that you could verify. When they tell you something, you can say, you know what? Yeah, that's accurate, or nah, that doesn't sound like it's real. So we invite parents. You know what, Vonnie? I think we could be a family show, you know. I think we already are.
Yeah, I think because I mean we putting out PG content, or maybe we rated G content. I mean nothing.
Yeah,
nothing too bad at all.
Rated EDU.
Yeah, so I mean the content that we're putting out there is for everybody. So
definitely,
I'll strongly encourage you to follow us, listen to what we have to say, and then ask your questions based on whatever you want to find out. Yeah. So what are your last words, Vonnie?
Well, basically, I'll just echo the same sentiments that you said. Just ensure that when you come in here, you're going to be able to just get some good education, or good information, I should say. You know, that you will be able to get some down to earth and real feedback. You know, as I said, we definitely know just from our experiences and everything like that, what different pain points and different things that people want to know about. But at the same time too, we're very interested in getting feedback, in hearing from you guys, in just kind of, you know, just getting some guidance into knowing what you guys want to know. And then also, I wouldn't say steering y'all in the right direction, but just showing y'all the path. And, you know, it's up to you to you know, make sure you take advantage of it. But just tune in, tap in. I'm very excited to do it. We've been knowing each other for so many years. We know each other for over half our lives. You know what I mean? So it's amazing that we could come together and, you know, do something like that. So I'm just really looking forward to it, bro.
All right, man. Well, thank you, Vonnie, for you know, like sharing that bit of information there. And as I said, February 12th,
tap in.
6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. So keep up with all those time zones, because we're in different spots in the world. So Vonnie is in a different country. I'm in somewhere else, and we're talking to people who's in a whole different area. So
some episodes we might be in the same place. I might be by you.
Yep.
You never know.
You never know. Yeah. So keep up with it, and we're excited to start this journey. And we just want to help international students, because we know the advantage of being educated, and not just being educated, but being educated in the right place at the right time, and doing the right majors and all of that stuff. We'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let me not even start there, Vonnie, because I kind of get into it.
Yeah, you know. yeah. Just put that.
Let me stop.
Trust me, I just trying to contain myself too. Trust me.
Let me stop. I want to smile and just talk.
Well, don't worry, man. We have enough time. February 12th, the first one. Lock in.
Yeah. And I think the first topic that we're going to be covering is university for me. Is this journey for me? Like, should I even consider going to university?
Exactly.
So yeah, we're gonna have that conversation. If you're on the fence, you're trying to decide, you know what, should I go to university? Should I go to trade school? Should I go to a community college first? Blah blah blah. Like, should I just go straight into the job market? Should I take a risk on myself and just start?
Should I go to the army? Should I go
to the military? Should I do? Yeah. So there's a ton of different options you have. But we're gonna try to at least provide some perspective. We're not gonna tell you what to do. We're not here to tell you what to do. Please be advised that all advice
disclaimer.
There's a disclaimer here, but at the end of the day, we're going to try to make the conversation one that you can benefit from, and then you can make your own decisions. Yeah,
most definitely.
All right, so
I can't put it any better.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing you on February 12th. Definitely.
Most definitely. Tap in.